This is a slow flow. We're going to take a couple of breaths for each asana. Take your time, take it steady, honor your body, and do what feels good to you as we go through this whole flow. Let's start in Tadasana. Stand with your feet together, toes are touching, slither a space between the heels, soften the knees. Lift up through the spine, through the crown of the head, release the arms down to the sides, root into the ground. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale. Get rid of any tension, anything that isn't serving you right now. Let it all go. One more breath in. And exhale, let it out. This time as we inhale, we're going to reach our arms all the way above our head, lengthen through the spine, all the way to the fingertips. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach all the way over to the right side. Stretching through the left side body, gaze comes up toward the left bicep. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release to the center. Inhale, opposite side, left hand grabs right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach all the way over to the left side. Gaze comes up to the right bicep. Inhale. Exhale, release it to the center. Twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, swing the right arm down and round, bringing the left arm in front of you. Essentially warrior two arms, front fingertips, left fingers in front of you, right fingertips, right arm straight behind you. If you can take your gaze over the back hand, the back fingertips, that would be great, just extending through that twist. Inhale, both arms come back to the center above you in the middle, opposite side. Exhale, left arm swings all the way down and round. Left fingertips now behind you, right fingertips in front of you, gaze over the left fingertips. Pull the core in, engage the glutes and the hamstrings and the quads. And release the arms back all the way up to the center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, baby back bend. Cactus the arms out to the sides, almost like goalposts. As you do that, engage the glutes, engage the quads, the hamstrings. Find that bend through the spine, extending the front body. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling, pulling the shoulders back and down toward one another. And inhale, rise the arms all the way up back to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Reach all the way down to the floor. At this point, you can have your feet together. You can bring them a tiny bit further apart, hip distance apart, whatever feels good. Just hang here, let the head be heavy. If it doesn't feel great on the spine, it's a little bit too rounded, bend the knees, bring the chest, the torso to the thighs, hold it right here. The most important thing in the asana is to keep the spine straight. Hold it there and release. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, plant the hands just onto the floor. Take the right leg back, toes curled, left leg back, toes curled, to tailbone to the sky, downward facing dog. Again, bend the knees if the spine isn't straight here. Do what's available to the body today. Lengthen through the legs. Reach through the fingertips. Relax the head. Walk the dog. Bend the right knee, then the left knee. This will take the stretch all the way through the back of the hamstrings, all the way through the calves, waking up the muscles, creating a tiny bit of heat and warmth. From here, place both of your feet down, or at least just relax them. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg comes up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, open the hips, and circle the foot around. Take it in both directions here at your pace. So you take it clockwise and anti-clockwise. Are you ready? Release the hips so they're closed back down to the floor. Knees still bent. Release the knee. Toes curled back into downward facing dog. Opposite side. Lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee. Open up the hips to the side and circle the foot. Again, take this both directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Working up the ankles, the legs, finding a stretch through the hips. Are you ready? Close the hips back down towards the floor. Keep the knee bent. Now release it down to the floor. Toes tucked, downward facing dog. From here, gently bring yourself forward. Just caterpillar through the spine. into your plank, and exhale down into your chaturanga. Release yourself to the floor. We're going into baby cobra. So I want you to just put your hands at the sides of your chest, keeping the feet and the legs squeezed together. You're going to use the whole powerhouse of your core and your glutes and your legs to allow this position to stay strong and engaged. So I want you to squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads and the thighs. Don't push much through the hands. Use the lower part of the back and that part of the wraparound core muscles to bring you up. So inhale and gently raise your body up. See, I can take my hands away here. I'm not using them to push up. So if that's available, do that. Otherwise, just use them lightly. I'm squeezing my glutes, reaching the legs long, squeezing the thighs together, and release. Now we're going to take it into full cobra. So this time, bring the arms a little bit further out, tend to the fingertips because you're going to push through the finger pads. And this time, squeezing the legs and the glutes just the same. We're going to use the hands a lot more and push ourselves gently up, opening the shoulders and the chest. Core, tummy comes off the floor, head's the last thing to rise, gaze comes up to the sky, just like a cobra, holding it here. And exhale, release yourself all the way down. Hands planted into the floor, toes curled, downward facing dog. Tailbone lifts to the sky. And exhale, slowly walk your feet towards your hands into your forward fold. And from here, inhale, rise up all the way into Tadasana. Hands come to prayer. Release them down to your sides. Sun Salutation B. Inhale, chair. Sit that seat back. Reach the arms long. Pull the core in. Keep a straight spine where possible. Exhale, forward fold. Bend through the knees. Remember, you can always keep the knees bent, resting the chest on there if that feels good. Release the arms all the way to the floor. Relax the head. From here, take a half lift. Come up onto the fingertips or place them on your shins. Spine is straight, gaze is forward. Exhale into your forward fold. Right leg goes back, toes curled. Left leg goes back, toes curled. Chaturanga Dandasana. Release yourself down to the floor, upward facing dog. Lift up, 2 points of contact, top of the feet and the palms. From here, exhale, downward facing dog. Tailbone lifts to the sky. Feel free to bend the knees once again to allow for a straighter spine. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring the right knee forward. Plant the foot flat on the floor. Plant the back foot flat, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Right knee stacked directly above right ankle. Hips are still trying to face forward, core is in, shoulders are back and down, arms are long and straight. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale, release the arms back to the floor, curl the back toes under, right leg goes back to meet left, Chaturanga Dandasana. Release yourself down, almost to the floor, push it up through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, tailbone lifts, opposite leg lunge, so you lift the left leg, bend the knee, bring it towards the chest, plant the left foot flat in between the hands, right foot taps down, 45-degree angle, inhale, rise. Left knee stacks above the left ankle, core is in, shoulders are relaxed and down, hips are facing forward. Strengthen through the back leg, find ease and comfort in the front leg, fingertips are long. Release the arms all the way back down, plant the hands. Left leg goes back to meet right. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, come down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Chest, everything opens up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tailbone lifts to the sky. And exhale, as you bring your feet forward into forward fold. Release the arms for one moment, take a breath in. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze comes forward, spine is straight and long. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, rise all the way up into Tadasana. Let's go into a little flow, opening up the hips. Inhale once again into chair, tailbone goes back as if you're sitting in that seat. Arms reach up long, biceps by the ears, core is in, tailbone reaching back. And exhale from here down into a forward fold. Low lunge, keeping the right foot flat. Take the left foot all the way back behind you. Root down through the feet, keep the hands on the floor. Plant the left palm flat. Open up the right fingertips towards the sky, twisting through the torso. If it's available, take the gaze, the drishti, to the right fingertips to the sky. Hold it here. Try and keep the back leg straight and strong. Don't let the knee collapse. As you exhale, release the right palm back down to the floor. This time we're going into lizard, so I want you to bring both of your palms to the inside of the right foot. Bring the back left knee down to the floor, release the foot so the top of the foot is now flat to the floor. Lizard. You can stay right here. If this feels good to you, don't push yourself further than you need to. If you would like to take this a little bit deeper, gently slide your hands forward and find your forearms. If you've decided to come down into a forearm lizard position, I want you to try and keep your knee exactly where it is. Try not to let it bow out. It tends to want to do that depending on how tight the hamstrings, hip flexors are. Try to keep it upright and strong, and try to keep your foot facing forward rather than at any angle or rolling out onto the outside of the foot. Hold it here. Just allow this stretch. Allow it to get deep. Allow it to get slightly uncomfortable, not painful, but uncomfortable. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, gently slide yourself back onto your palms. Tuck the toes under at the back. Push up into your low lunge. Right hand comes to the right side of the foot this time, so the foot's now in the center. And from here, right leg meets left, downward facing dog. And just take a breath. Let everything relax and hang. Let's take that to the opposite side. So this time, bring the left foot all the way forward. Plant the left foot flat. And hold it here, taking a breath. Get comfortable. Make sure the left knee stacked over the ankle. Plant the right palm flat to the right side of the mat and inhale. Reaching the arm all the way up to the sky, the left fingertips raise up. Keeping the back leg, back knee strong. Don't let it collapse and bend. Keep everything ignited and engaged. Open up the chest here if you can. Open up the shoulders a little bit more. Shine the heart. When you're ready, release the left fingertips back to the floor. Lizard on this side. So now bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and just heel toe your foot a little bit further out to the left side of the mat. Bring the knee down to the floor, release the toes down to the floor and hold it right here. This is your lizard if this feels good to you. Otherwise, if you want to take this stretch deeper today, slide the palms forward, come down onto your forearms. Remember once again to keep the knee upright in that position, toes are facing forward. Don't let anything collapse. Keep the cervical spine neutral, your neck, so instead of looking forward or tucking it down, try and keep the gaze neutral and straight down to the mat. Hold it here, just take a breath. Embrace that stretch. Find that slight discomfort in this position. That means that the muscles are really finding an extra bit of a stretch. They're heating, they're extending. Hold it here. And when you're ready, gently slide the palms back. Bring them either side of your foot. Curl the toes under at the back. Gently lift up into your low lunge. Root down through the left foot. And push yourself into your forward fold. Just hang here. I want you to bring your feet hip distance apart. Just hang. If you want, you can grab onto your elbows with your opposite hands and ragdoll. If it feels good to bend the knees here and allow the chest to just sit on the thighs. Even if you have excellent flexibility or not, I really find this a nice pose. Even though I could do it with straighter legs, it feels good to have some extra support from the thighs on the chest. So just try it. You might like it, you never know. Just hold it here, head is relaxed, shake your head yes, shake your head no, let everything go. When you're ready, release the arms, place them onto the floor, rise up ever so slightly, and we're going to come up straight into mountain pose, taking a vertebrae at a time, so don't rush up, but gently roll yourself all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head is the last thing that comes up, hands come to prayer. and release them down to your sides. Great job. We're going into tree pose now. I'm going to face you simply because it's a standalone pose and it's just easier for you to see the form instantly rather than from a side view. Going into tree pose, honor your body and take whichever variation of tree pose feels good to you. Root down through both feet. They can be hip distance apart because you're going to be balancing on only one of them. From here, lengthen all the way up through the spine. Keep a slight softness through your knee, especially your standing knee during this whole asana, just to allow the energy to continue to flow through the body and to feel grounded and have some balance and to protect the knee. From here, lengthen through the crown. You can bring your right leg up, bending at the knee. I want you to bring your right ankle to right foot towards your left ankle and then open up the hip to the right. So your right knee is now facing the right wall, your heel is rested on the left ankle. If you want to take this as your tree pose, this is a brilliant supported tree pose. Keep it right here. All I ask is that you don't dump into your left hip. You keep the spine, the body in posture long and tall, and just honor your body at any point. But this could be exactly where you need to be today. If you want to take the balance a little deeper, I want you to lift the sole of your right foot just up to your calf. You can either have it at your calf or in the full expression above the knee. However, never ever place your foot against the knee because you're adding tension to a joint. That's never beneficial and actually could be quite painful. I want you to open up the knee and use the resistance between your left calf and your right foot to open up a little bit more. Feel free to have your hands in prayer right here, otherwise bring them straight up to the ceiling to create that long line of energy. Once again, don't dump into the hip, keep it strong and straight. If you want to take the fullest expression, bring the right knee up towards the torso, grab your right ankle with your left hand and your right hand, release it into the right side, place it on the inside of the left thigh, and again use that resistance. Don't worry if you wobble, we are all human. And use that resistance to open up the knee, pushing against the inside of the thighs, open up, pull the core in, and use the strength through the grounded foot, through the leg, to find your tree pose. Hold it right here. Otherwise, reach the arms to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. One more breath. And release it down. Bring the knee back down to the floor, shake it out. On whichever variation you took that side, let's copy that on the opposite side to make sure the body is balanced. Root down this time through the right foot. Find your version of tree, whether that's against the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh, and find your asana here. Take it to its expression. Try to focus on something unmoving in front of you with your drishti. That'll allow you and help you to focus with the balance. Push, use the resistance of the inner thigh and the sole of the foot to open up the knee just that little bit more and open up the hips. Keep them square facing forward. Bring the palms together in front of you. Otherwise, reach the arms all the way above the head. Hold it here. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale here. And exhale, bring hands down to heart center. Release the left leg. Embrace the wobbles and the shakes. It is what it is. Our body is a beautiful thing and it's nice to have things to work on to improve. Well done. We're going to make our way down to the floor now, so do that whichever way feels good and comfortable to you. Coming into Paschimottanasana, which is our seated forward fold. I want you to sit down on the floor, get comfortable, move left and right to find that sweet spot just on the sits bones. Reach the legs long, flex the feet, core in, lift through the spine, the crown of the head. Bring the arms to the sides, face forward, inhale, and as we exhale, gently walk or slide your fingertips forward. I want you to hinge at the hips, keeping the spine as straight as possible. When you feel like your spine is about to round, stop. You do not need to go any further. That's a beautiful thing with yoga. As long as you are attempting it and trying it, you are benefiting. You don't have to be in the fullest expression. You can actually have the benefits with wherever you are in your practice. Now release the head slightly. You don't necessarily have to gaze forward simply because of the strain it might put on the neck. So you just bring your gaze ever so slightly down, finding that neutral position with the spine. Hinge a little bit deeper. Feel free to grab onto the feet, onto the toes, place your hands on the floor. Whatever feels good to you and gives you a tiny bit more purchase. Holding it here. Take a deep breath in. And an exhale. Take it a little deeper if you can. One more breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands. Slowly hinge from the waist and come back up into the seated position. We're now going to go to our sitting knee to nose pose. So stay exactly where you are, but grab your right foot, bend the knee and slide the inside of the right sole, right foot, all the way up to the left thigh. From here, I want to make sure you're still rooted into your sits bones. In this position, I don't want you to be lifting up the right side of the hip. Again, honor the body and do what feels good. Twist the hips to face forward and the torso more to face forward to the foot we're about to bend down to. Keeping the right leg out to the side, you can bring your foot a little bit further down, not against the knee, but a bit further down the thigh if that feels good, otherwise keep it upright. From here, I want you to try and rotate the foot that is long more internally towards the big toe. Rather than it falling out, that will make you want to move the whole body to the left. So try to keep the foot upright, slightly tucked in, because that way when you come forward, it'll help you stabilize through the hips and the sits bones. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, reach the body forward, hinging at the hips. Stop where it feels good to you. You don't have to come all the way down if it's not available today. And just gently bring your knee to your nose. Keeping the core in, keeping it engaged. Sits bones are still rooted into the ground. Grabbing onto the heel, keeping the left foot flexed to protect the knee. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, try and get a tiny bit deeper if you can. Inhale. As you exhale, let it go. Gently come up. We're keeping our legs exactly as they are, but this time we're going into a side twist. So this time we're opening our torso more in front of us rather than to the side and to the leg. We're going to release our left palm down flat on the floor, bringing our elbow down in front of our knee. And we're just going to reach our right arm up and over the body towards our flexed left foot. There's a few things to be conscious of when you do this and aware of. Rather than bringing the arm right in front of you and stretching so much through the obliques on the side and the back body, I want you to open up the shoulders, open up the chest and reach. If you don't reach your toes, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're opening up the chest, opening up the top of the torso and reaching the arm long overhead. Finding the stretch through the side body this way. Keeping the sits bones rooted into the ground. Again, don't lift up to try and reach the toe. If it doesn't naturally go there right now, that's what practice is for. Give it time. Hold it here. Take the gaze up to the right bicep if it's available. Keeping the left foot flexed and keeping the left leg engaged. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, release the right arm. We're going to take all of that to the other side. So release both of the feet long into Paschimottanasana or into Dandasana because we're not going to fold this time. Shake the legs out and let's get our comfortable positioning with our nose to knee pose on the right leg this time. So grab the left foot, left sole of the foot comes to the inside of the thigh, root down through the sits bones, twist the torso so it's facing more forward to the leg that is outreached, flex the right toes, lift through the spine, lift through the crown of the head, and gently walk yourself forward with your fingertips. Before the spine rounds, stop right there. If it's available to you to come further down, then keep that spine strong as you can and lengthened, and just bring your nose to your knee. Keep the right foot flexed, protect the knee, engage the leg muscles, keeping both sits bones into the ground. Breathe in. And exhale one more time. You might find one side is tighter than the other, and that is completely normal. And exhale, release the fingertips, push yourself back up. We're going to find that side stretch this time. So open up the torso towards the knee that is bent. Bring your right palm to the ground next to the outstretched leg. Slide the hand down so that the forearm is now flat inside of the right knee. Foot is still flexed. Open up the chest and the heart to the side, keeping sits bones into the ground. Inhale, lengthen through the left arm, and exhale, reach it overhead. Keeping that chest bright, chest open, the side body stretch, all the way through the side rather than going into the back. Reach the fingertips long. If your gaze can come toward your left bicep, fantastic. But don't force anything, you don't need to. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, take it a tiny bit deeper if available. Inhale. And exhale, release the left arm all the way back behind you. Come back up into a seated position. Reach both of the legs long. Shake them out. Reach the seat forward. Grab behind the thighs. Keep the feet flat. We're going onto our back into bridge. So roll yourself down as slowly as you can, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the feet near the sits bones. Feet are flat. Everything is in line from the hips to the knees to the feet. Bring the arms by your sides, palms facing down. Spine is fully in contact with the floor. Relax the shoulders, the torso and the head. Push down through the feet and tuck the tailbone, the hip bones, towards the lower ribs. As you do that tuck action, lift up through the lower part of the spine and the hips. Therefore, we're not extending too much. We're not going into that kind of an extension right here, right now. It is more engaged. You have a straight line of energy shooting from the shoulders all the way through the torso, all the way through the thighs, and out the knees in one long straight line. Keep the glutes engaged, the quads and the hamstrings are engaged. Push down through the feet and even through the big toes and the little toes. Keep everything strong and engaged. Holding it here. Take your drishti, your gaze to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale. Stay here, one more breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly release the spine all the way to the floor. Bring the right knee in towards the chest, left knee in towards the chest. Clasp the fingers just below the knees and rock side to side. Give the spine a massage. Just take your time, breathe in. Hold to the right knee in, extend the left leg. Keep the left foot flexed. Pull the right knee in a tiny bit closer. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come up onto the side of the left hip. Bring the right knee across the body. Gaze comes over to the right if it's available. Right arm stays over to the right. Spinal twist. Keep both shoulders connected with the floor. If the knee doesn't reach the ground without the shoulders lifting, keep the knee up, and in fact you can use your leg underneath to rest your bent knee on, if that feels better and supports it more. Breathe in here. Exhale, find that twist a little bit deeper. And let's neutralize the spine, come back onto the back, both knees in, just to reset the spine. Hold the left knee in, reach the right leg long, flex the right foot, pull the left knee in, and extend through that right hip flexor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the left knee across the body to the right side, left arm comes up to the cactus at the side of the head, and take your gaze over to the left. Again, keeping both shoulders in contact with the floor. Breathe in here. Do you exhale, take that twist a little bit deeper if you can, if there's any space anywhere. and release both of the knees. Come back onto the spine, bring both of the knees into neutralize. Bring the feet flat to the floor, slide them to both the corners of the mat. Let the feet fall open to the sides. Palms come down in a low V, facing the ceiling. Get any wiggles out, any tension, anything that doesn't feel good in the body. Take a deep breath in, fill the lungs with air. And gently move into your Shavasana. Shavasana is here for you as long as you would like. Take your time to absorb your practice. But if you're ready to move on with your day and invite movement back into the body, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Bend the knees, bring the feet flat, just behind the seat. Bend the right arm, bring it up towards the side of the head and come up onto your right hip. Place your left palm flat in front of the chest, reach the top left leg long and gently push yourself up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, bring your palms together in prayer in front of your heart. Feel the heartbeat. Take a moment to find gratitude and appreciation for your body, for what it's capable of, and for your practice. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center, your forehead between your brow. Namaste.